Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And we are underway from Ford Field. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked by Julian Love. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game. I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Geno. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, one of the things we talked about coming into this was that we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16. Throwing now is Geno. And his throw is incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and it's 2nd down. A man who played collegiately over at East Lansing, it's Kenneth Walker III. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Geno down to throw. Buying time to his left. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Like any team plan, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
Here we go on 4th. Smith. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf from 17 yards out. And the Seahawks use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, The quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
He's got it complete to Gibbs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he's across the 45. It'll be second down.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 46-yard line, a second down and 6. Here's Goff. Escaping the pressure right. Right side to Williams. And he'll be brought down with a penalty flag on the field. It was a late decision to throw, and it might have been too late. They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Here's Goff. Over the middle, complete. It's Gibbs. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run. 38 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Gibbs straight ahead. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
3 more points. Let's get this point.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Lockett, the motion man right. Smith. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Lions force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. 2nd and 10. Goff now looks to throw. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Hand off to Gibbs, headed right here. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
Goff. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Goff now looking to throw. And that is incomplete here.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
To throw is Goff. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. That sack, it goes to Boye Mafe. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Here's a diving catch right side. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. Here's Goff. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Here's 2nd and 10. Goff. Going underneath. Gibbs has it. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. Taken at the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
What a tug of war this game has been. A tie at the half. I remember when I was playing, my coaches always talked about the first 5 minutes of each half. That's where you can gain the momentum and seize an opportunity. We've got one team in position to do that right now.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now 2nd and 5. Lockett the man in motion. Sticking with Walker on second down. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Here's Smith. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Here's Smith. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Offense is moving it a little bit, have them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
From the gun, here's Smith. Being chased out left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up third down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Smith now to throw. Flushed out right. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. But Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Three quarters have come and gone. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now Goff. And the screen unsuccessfully dropped it.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Back to throw, Goff. Throw left side, caught by Laporta. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 24-yard line. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. Here's Gibbs. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 48 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. They'll go again with Gibbs. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 2nd and 6 coming up. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
Here now, 3rd down. The give, right side for Gibbs. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Now it's gone. And it is caught. They got the 2 points, and with it, they've taken the lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Smith. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow! Wow!
What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead, and also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
Smith. That is intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Here's 1st and 10. Goff. That is caught by Laporta. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. This secondary as a unit, they worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
And that one is incomplete, and now we're inside of 10 seconds. Just 9 remain. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Down to their last chance now. This is going to have to be a heave for the end zone and just hope for a miracle.
And I don't sit back with everyone back defending. I've got to have somebody rushing the quarterback. Don't make it easy for him to set up and throw the ball all the way downfield.
One last throw here for Goff. This for all the marbles. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, they got the tip they were looking for but couldn't secure it. And this one's